you don't know what Nitro is, it's basically going to be X Games reinvented, but on a bigger scale. I'm going to be racing that with OMSC as well, the Swedish team.
Everybody want to know where me come. Them a ask me where me come from, where me come from. Me a yard man, we no take program. 1876 of my region, yeah. We proud and strong. Them a ask me where me come from, where me come from. Me a yard man, we no take program. 1876 of my region, yeah. We proud and strong. We putting up resistance. My people them resilient, yeah.
Katie is with a Jamaican driver. What's up, Katie?
A Jamaican driver who actually discovered Rallycross on YouTube, which is so phenomenal. You've climbed your way. You've actually won Jamaican Driver of the Year twice now. How are some of those skill sets that you've had in all different disciplines paying off today?
You know, Rallycross for me was a dream come true. I started off with go-karting, transitioned into rally. I also did some circuit racing with, proper circuit racing cars. And I was always a big fan of, X Games and watching World Rallycross Championships. And I knew that once I could take my rally background and my circuit background and mush them together, I'd be able to do great things. And, this is my third year in Rallycross, and I'm racing on the biggest stage in the world, competing with the best drivers in the world. So I'm having a lot of fun representing all my brands and sponsors, and most importantly my country, so having a lot of fun.
And as you represent your country, you have fans who are here. There are flying Jamaican flags down here. And I was going to say, Jared Deanda over there wants to go on vacation with sandals and also wants to enjoy it in Jamaica. What do you have to say to Jared, who's up in the booth?
Sandals is the spot to go, Hit me up. I'll talk to the big boss, see if he can get you in a nice little villa. But, it's the most beautiful country in the world. Nicest people, super friendly. And, I'm more than honored to be representing them on this stage.
He's representing a whole group of people here. Congratulations on the runs out there. We'll keep enjoying watching you out there.
Right on. Thank you so much. Question I have is, who's Uncle Sal? Uncle Sal.
It's his uncle. Yeah, so I asked him this. Uncle Sal is here this weekend. So we saw Peter and Stephanie earlier, Fraser's parents. I was like, dude, who's Uncle Sal? He's like, it's my uncle, Uncle Sal. And I'm like, Uncle Sal. They rip it out of me. I can't say it. I'm not Jamaican.
Yeah, no. You're making me crazy with that accent.
There will be a big crowd of people watching in Jamaica right now. They are always tuning in, and they're probably pretty grateful that we're a bit closer to their time zone than when we are over in Europe. I think they have to get up early, whereas now they'll probably be staying up late, and that's got to be preferable.
Bigham, and here's your Jamaican boy,
Fraser McConnell. Yeah, McConnell with a great start on the inside line. Bigham had that car loaded up hard. The Audi, though, loses out. Gets out, dragged down to turn one. Bigham goes wide, going to cut back to the inside line. Oh, McConnell just shuts the door. Look how dusty the tarmac is there. McConnell rotates the car around now. Okay, this is where we've seen everybody who's lost the start. Everybody has gone joker. Cabot Bigham goes straight away.
So again, either first or third, Liam, that's what you're saying?
Yeah, to be honest, I'll give you my strategy now because it's over. I was going for joker for the lead. Because it worked for me 10 years ago at X Games, and take the guy in with you for sure. I was going in the Joker and Travis would have followed me for sure, but the plan didn't work out.
That would have been cool. I'm kind of gutted we haven't seen it now. Fraser just runs the front wheels across the top of the
At
knuckles,
this point now on the track though, see, earlier on in the event we were clearing the jump, no problem. You now can't stop. You just simply can't stop for that corner. So you're better off casing the jump just to scrub the speed off so you can get around the corner. Because if you clear the land and grease it, you're going off the next one.
But you have the potentiality of breaking suspension.
Yeah, well, it's a balance. This track, honestly, at the moment is one big compromise.
Yeah.
5.9 was the gap. It's 6.1 now to Bigham. 6.0 at the last check. Let's see when Bigham comes over the line now. And then McConnell's got to either do what most people have done, 6.6.
Wow.
So McConnell's killing this. So he could easily stay out, Liam. He could afford to stay out. He's got the pace.
Fraser's been fast all day, though. Fraser's been fast all day, but I think it's the right strategy. Why go in? You've got a faster lap time, create some more dust, stay out in front, have a clear track the whole race. So that's the right strategy.
I don't think you'll have raced Fraser so far, will you? But
no,
I guess you kind of.
He's been doing some great driving.
I was going to say, you've been across ARX and when he did Nordic as well. Yeah.
I've seen a lot of them. He's had some great racing. So he's new boy to let's say to the club.
He's a good lad.
He's doing a great job.
He's a good lad.
He's the greenhorn, so you've already shamed him, right? You've already hazed him.
Look how tidy he was in here again. To be fair, Bigham was also tidy on his run. So again, look, get it slowed down, get it rotated.
You can hear the car almost stalling.
Yeah.
Almost stalling. So there is just that little grip now. Everyone's on the same track though, so everyone's got the same problem.
So Fraser McConnell, now he has to go for that Joker lap. Look at that, 8.74. That was that last clip right there at the end. But Captain Bigham, what do you got?
His rear window's open, so the rear quarter windows can be taken out, so you can access the top of the rear dampers easily. And if you watch Francis' rear quarter window, it's open, so that car is going to be absolutely full of dust. And breathing it in, it can be really hard work.
9-second gap between McConnell and Bigham, and he's definitely going to take the lead, but now he's got to keep it clean, as Liam is just describing here what's going on track. It gets loose as you go up in the sill, kind of pace, just keep it slow, keep it mellow. And yeah, I mean, Captain Bigham, he hasn't had a ton of practice out here on the course, and this course is just completely modifying. We're talking about the different variables, vehicles, of course, but it's just transforming throughout the day and the weekend.
The window's gone completely for Francis.
I don't know if it's going to be helping him. He's probably going to be drawing the dust back out.
That's true. He's going to take the win here, but it's not a win for his mechanics, because they're going to get that Hoover out, and they're going to be really busy in the back of that car for right until his next practice. You can actually
see inside; it's full of dust.
Yeah, the inside of the screen looks it. So it's a great win for McConnell, really confident one. Got in front of Bigham and then just extended that gap.
I didn't want to be sitting out your top 8, great 8, all that stuff. I was looking forward to it, if I'm honest, but it is how it is. But I think it's a great format. It's 100% a great format, and it's giving good action.
Talk us through what you're seeing from Fraser here.
Well, Fraser's had good times all day. You know, he was fast this morning when the track was tacky. He's been fast even when it's greased up now, and it's super, super slippery, but he's adapted to it really well.
And Fraser McConnell, again, talking about Jamaica's own here. Uncle Sal cheering him on here.
Uncle Sal. Yeah. We asked the drivers to name their cars. So Ollie Bennett was like, yeah, it's the Excite Energy Mini. I was like, Fraz, what do you want to call the car? He's like, it's the OMSC Yardman Fiesta. I was like, okay, Yardman. He's like, Yardman. I'm like, okay, dude, I keep practicing.
Yep.
But you will not find a guy who's prouder of his nation than Fraser McConnell. You know, he's had the Jamaican flag as the colours on his car.
Watch Oliver Bennett. He got a great start. We have Liam Dorham up here. He says he developed that car. Wants to get the car to rotate. Let's see how it rotates in this first turn. Fraser McConnell gets the jump. Oliver Bennett right there in tow. Let's see how we go into that first turn around that tire bale. And Fraser McConnell keeps it tight. And there it is. Oliver Bennett not getting that car to rotate.
They had Bennett's car up on jacks just a moment ago before we were getting into the quarterfinals. And I wonder if they were maybe trying to take the roll bar off or do something at the front to make it turn in a little bit more. So they've done some work to that, but Fraz has got him. And based on form, you'd think that Fraz would probably get this done, but we'll see. You know, we've seen lots of problems for people so far.
And take a note, when we go past that bank after the big gap jump, take a look, middle of the road, middle of that bank, the car really gets disrupted. Once it kind of initiates and throws in, it really gets bucked. So I want you to pay attention there, Cole. They get another set of eyes on it as Oliver Bennett
pulled off.
Bennett's pulled off.
So it's an issue for the Mini. So Fraser McConnell's going to take this, and the Excite Racing Mini is in the background. Oh, that's a shame. I'm sorry for Ollie, because he did well to get through to this round, but Fraser now will get the radio call that Ollie is out, and they'll just say, wind it in, you're all good. You're all good. So Fraz is going to go through to the semi-finals against Scott Speed.
Yeah, so McConnell, as long as he continues on, he will finish out. But as Liam was giving a lot of accolades, saying the car's looking good, he's looking strong, and now he hits a Joker lap by design. You know, he doesn't have anybody in his rearview mirror.
So Fraser at the start of this year, Jared, just so everybody's aware, he didn't even know if he was going to have the budget to do the Rally X Nordic Series, which was like his warm-up before he put the car on the boat over from Europe to come here and do Nitro. And now here he is doing Nitro RallyCross. All of those sponsors are local to Jamaica and the Caribbean. It's like a really cool local effort, and I love it. I really do. You'll see a bunch of support for him online. Yeah, it's good fun.
And Fraser McConnell's background, do you know his racing pedigree?
Yeah, he did say he'd done some circuit races as well, but it was the rally driving thing into rallycross. Over the line. Got one more lap to go. Fraz dives on the brakes at the end of the straight. He's still using this as a bit of a test session. Coming up to the long left-hander, rotates it nicely to the inside. Right, Pastrana versus Arpin, Speed versus McConnell. Who's your money on?
I'm going to go Arpin, man. Arpin, just the way he is driving right now, I think Pastrana wants it, of course. But the way Arpin's driving, he's getting that car to rotate, he's hitting all the corners, and with the car, with the track being really slick, because we've seen a few battles here in the Grade 8, I would say that it's getting really loose, and Arpin has been performing really well. Fraser McConnell and Scott Speed, again, this longer wheelbase. You know, these Subarus, getting them to rotate in the dust. I'm kind of leaning towards, you know, we're looking at Fraz right now and the way he's executing it.
I'm liking it. I'm glad you went for it. Like,
I did. I had to.
You can sit there. We said this.
This is only bracket. This is only bracket
Yeah.
battles. Okay, there's 1 point at stake. I'm gonna call it like I see him. I mean, this is how it started here. Fraser McConnell. What happened to Ollie?
Fraz's exit through those first 2 corners was really good. He was tidy on both the tyre bales on either side. Ollie's looking good at this point as well in the mini. We didn't really see anything that indicated that he had a big issue. Although there, you see, if he's dipped the rear left in and broken a shaft or broken the rear diff, then he will know that, you know, immediately that he's done. Watch in the background. Is there it's smoke or dust? It's hard to tell, isn't it? Dust, I'd say.
Yeah, I believe it's dust.
So, yeah.
That front left, there is smoke. I don't know.
Bennett did message me earlier they'd had an issue. I'll drop him a message now and see if we can find out what...
Slide in those DMs.
Yeah.
You getting up into Ollie's DMs?
No, it's, we're all good.
Keep it creepy there, Coley.
No,
Creepy Coley.
he messaged me, so...
Here's the bracket, how it shapes up. Scott Speed and Fraser McConnell, they will be up next, but Pastrana waits in the wings to see who he's going against. 2 more battles left of our first ever Nitro RallyCross bracket battle. So now it's Speed versus Fraser McConnell as Andreas Backerud joins us here in the booth. Look at that.
Speed straight away beats McConnell down towards turn 1. Fraser's had a great start so far, but Scott has been doing the testing for Subaru, and we might end up here with a 2 Subaru fight for the top qualifier spot. We've got Andreas Backerud, who's in the 3rd Subaru, and Andreas, I think you're pretty gutted, I'm sure, not to be out there in the fight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, it's such a cool event, and you know, I want to go out there and race, you know, and it's a bummer not to make it through the battles, but that's more racing.
Yeah, are you liking this format, this bracket battle?
I do. It's so competitive, so hard. I mean, like, there's ruts, there's dust, there's... You need to win the start.
Yeah.
McConnell's having a look. Sorry to interrupt, Jared. He closed down tidy there onto the back. So McConnell's done what Travis has done. We've seen, I don't know if you've been watching Andreas, but most people have joked when they've lost the start. Not Travis. He's followed and gone to stick a move on them. And now Fraser McConnell's gone with Scott Speed, but they've got to split the strategy this lap if they want to, unless he's really confident making a pass.
Yeah, I mean, looking overall, Andreas, we have you here in the booth, and we're seeing, and when Liam was up here, he's talking about casing that landing on the step-up by design to take speed out of it. That seems like a critical point right there. Not so much even that bank after the big jump, but that seemed to be the case. How is the track transforming?
I mean, it's hard. It's transforming all the time, and you saw Scott earlier. He jokered the first lap, even he was in the lead. I was surprised.
Well, Liam said he was going to do that, and then he thought that Travis would follow him in, and it didn't work out. So, and then, so...
But down into this corner, there's a great opportunity to do an overtake. Like, it's so hard to get the braking point here, so, yeah.
Interesting enough, we have a Subaru driver up here. Andrew, you asked me who was going to come out on top. I said Arp was going to take out Pastrana. And I also said Fraser McConnell was to take out Speed. I feel like Andreas is up here to stab me with a Subaru knife and say, Jared, we'll show you. But I'm sorry I bet against you guys. I just was calling like I saw him. Arpin's been really clean. His car, the way he's gripping up and getting the car to rotate, and Scott seems that slowing down, slow is fast almost.
Yeah, slow is fast sometimes. I mean, he have a very neat driving style, and it's working. I mean, it's awesome.
How are you doing for settings with these guys? Is there anything that you could, like, do Travis or Scott have a similar style? He's going to get it here.
It's very
hard to say. Door.
Because if you're not on the track at the same time, it's going to evolve so much. It's super hard to know and understand, and you know, there's rocks and so much stuff to take care of. I mean, it's very competitive, very hard.
I thought Speed was going to go a bit deep there, and Fraser was so tidy on the inside. Been really impressed by Fraser McConnell, but Scott Speed, a legend of American rallycross, certainly, and coming back from a broken back in 2019.
On that very jump.
Yeah, on this jump, he's going to book a spot in the final with his teammate, Travis Pastrana.
Subaru in the announcer's booth, and Subaru 1 and 2, Pastrana and Speed.
It's going to be a long season, don't worry, mate. I make plenty of mistakes, and you know, you just got to go for it, haven't you? You've got to go for it, and we had our little bets. Betting on Rallycross, that'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And we are getting prepared for our Heat 1 right there. Scott Speed He is front and center with a very impressive Uncle Saul is on the car, but McConnell, definitely one to watch. And a lot of the drivers are impressed with how he's driving getting over here, but Scott Speed will be out front. And here we go as Scott Speed is on the front line. Let's introduce another member of our team, Katie Osborne. Katie.
Jared, it's good to be back here with you guys. Now, Scott was telling me earlier today that the track is actually completely different from a driver's perspective. They move tires to every corner, so that really changes the game a little bit. He said today the key is who can adapt the quickest and also whose first couple laps strategy pays off. So that's what's happening in the Subaru camp. But remember, them having 3 cars, the 3 teammates, that's really going to help them throughout today. Jared?
Thank you so much, Katie. And just, you know, the drivers think they get familiar with the track. Oh, guess what? It changes. It's changed from each day, from Thursday practice, yesterday, and then into today. Here is how our grid shapes up, and here's our grid for Heats Race 1. On the front line, you got number 41, Scott Speed. From Jamaica, Fraser McConnell. Then you got a couple Swedes there in row 2, Timmy Hansen and Kevin Hansen. Then in row 3, Kevin Eriksson, and from Great Britain, Liam Dorn, and finally another Swede is in the building, Oliver Eriksson there on the 4th row.
Here we go then, heat race number 1, Speed versus McConnell. Subaru done a ton of testing on that car on the starts, and Speed was pretty much unbeatable yesterday, but McConnell's had some good starts too, managing to out-drag people down to turn 1. The 2 previous Nitro RallyCross winners on row 2, you cannot count out Hansen and Hansen. They're on a great run of form this year. The 10-second board has been out. Watch now to the start light gantry. The lights have come on to tell them ready to race. Top right underneath the Red Bull branding. There it is. When that goes out, random gap 2 to 4 seconds. Then we get Sandy. Great start, McConnell on the outside line. Scott Speed got a good traction to get a hold that inside line. Timmy and Kevin Hansen side by side. Kevin Eriksson goes inside line into the Joker lap. It is Scott Speed straight around to the outside. Not Joker inside, sorry, my bad. It's one of the Peugeots. Timmy, I think it is, with in behind him, Kevin Eriksson. It's Scott Speed who goes straight to the gap drop. Fraser McConnell goes with him. And it's, so Timmy's gone Joker in the background, and we've got a slow car. Liam Doran is at the back of the pack over the big hit.
All right, as Scott Speed clears out that jump, and it looks like one of the Hansen boys is out front. And look at that, the Oldsberg Honda. So we got Timmy Hansen up front, Kevin Eriksson, Scott Speed. That is your 1, 2, and 3. Now going to that step up. Now remember, this is lap 1 of 5. There's plenty of racing. Look at already dusty. Look at how aggressive these gentlemen are driving, but bringing up the rear, very surprisingly. Who do we got?
It's my bad. It was Ollie Eriksson that went in the Joker. 3 Red Bull colour cars and a bit of dust, but yeah, my bad. The 2 Hansens as well. So it's Timmy Hansen leading from Kevin Eriksson in P2. What's going to be key here, what Scott was saying, is about adapting to the track. Ollie Eriksson's gone Joker early. He's hoping he's going to adapt to the track quicker than these guys. They're going to be caught in a bit of a battle. 3 cars split off to the right-hand side now. So that is Timmy Hansen. Is he going to respond and go Joker straight away, or is he going to go for the big hit again into the right? Watch for the car attitude. And he's heading to the, he's gone for the big hit, gone for the jump.
All right, the Red Bull high flying over that big gap as Timmy Hansen, Eriksson there in second. And it looks like the tire bale is absolutely right in the way. We saw a driver, so when they go into that jump lane, there is a tire bale right in the middle, and Timmy Hansen still leading the pack. Scott Speed, getting a little love tap there.
Yeah, Kevin's got him. Kevin Eriksson's got him with the contact.
All right, so Timmy Hansen continues on. Look at this, 1.9 seconds. The leaders of the pack, the top. Oh,
Eriksson's off. Hit the barrier on the inside.
Yep. Oh, man. So here we are. Those tire barrels are absolutely getting in the way. But Timmy Hansen, you know what? He's like, you guys do whatever you want behind me. I'm going to go ahead and get this clean air and get out of the way. So I think strategy here is for Timmy. Let's go hit that Joker lap on that last lap.
Yeah, I think he'll stay out front as long as he possibly can. He goes standard. Interestingly, it looks like Scott Speed's gone for the low line. We've barely seen anyone doing that, so Speed's gone for the low tabletop. There's not a lot of difference in it. They reckon half a second. Kevin Hansen, look at the dirt flying. Yeah, the roof's flying up. You can see the track starting to smooth out a bit. There's Scott. The gap was 3.3. Let's see whether or not it was a good move, Jared, heading down to the low tabletop. Should get a gap now. Timmy Hansen's transponder hasn't picked up. He hasn't disappeared. He's pulling down the order, but he's just missed one of the loops there out in the dirt.
Yeah, so unfortunately, Timmy Hansen, we're gonna bump him back up. As you said, the transponder not talking. Look at this gap, 4 seconds. Let's talk about the Joker.
4.2. I reckon maybe then Speed's line down through the low tabletop wasn't such a bad decision. That might be Scott as well. Remember, the tyre bells have moved slightly. Has he been out there and checked that lap, Jared? Because he can pass that information on to his teammates, Andreas Backerud and Travis Pastrana as well.
And remind the fans here, this is Heat 1. This isn't the final.
Oh, no,
the top 2 advance. directly to the finals as opposed to going to the semifinals. Remember, 10 racers, there's 4 that are watching from the sidelines.
Timmy Hansen goes into the Joker lap now. He's on lap 4 or 5. He's saving just 1 lap left at the end in case he needs to defend hard. Big old lead for him. This is absolutely perfect for Timmy. He's going to see him on the front row. Fraser McConnell is P2. Where's Scott Speed? What's out of Scott Speed?
Is MIA right now. Again, from the top to the bottom right now. Timmy Hansen and make it looking easy. Look at that line. That's a great line. And just the course setup, how they're navigating that coming off of that step-up jump.
Absolute disaster then for Scott Speed, the battle bracket winner, the guy who yesterday was so impressive, has had some sort of issue and has dropped down to the back of the pack. He's not showing up on the timing screens. He's down as a DNF. There's a lap to go, and Timmy Hansen, the 2018 champion, might be booking a slot on the front row of the grid for the final.
I think Scott Speed knew his vehicle was compromised. You need to get those top 2 spots, and like you said earlier in the next cars, save the vehicle. Don't put your team at a stress load. They need to be. Get the car right because he's going to go to semifinals.
And that might well be why he didn't take the gap jump, Jared, as well. So if he knew he already had a flat, he wasn't going to take the gap. I mean, Ken Block did it, but it's not a great idea in terms of looking after the car, as you say. Impressive for Timmy Hansen. Ollie Eriksson, who jokered on the first lap, look, he's up into P2. So Ollie Eriksson has made that work. When Fraser McConnell's gone, Ollie has made it up. That was great tactics. So it's going to be Hansen and Eriksson, it looks like.
Yeah, we are hearing that Scott Speed did repair a prop shaft earlier, but with that flat, that is less than ideal. So Timmy Hansen, Oliver Eriksson. Ooh, a wide swing here. Can McConnell come up and grab the number 2 spot? Oh, the door was open. The door was wide open.
Would have been good.
But he couldn't strike. So again, top 2 advance automatically to the finals. The remaining drivers will go to the semis.
Timmy Hansen going to get front row. Going to be, depends on who wins semi-final 2, whether he's inside or outside, but Hansen's there. Eriksson goes through to row 2. Brilliant by them. Everybody else, they're going to have to come back out, Jared. They're going to go semi-finals. They might even have to go to the LCQ, but Scott Speed, I think the big drama there, our fastest man, has had a shocker in Heat 1.
Well, guess what? Here we are, the semifinals, and here's who we have. Scott Speed, a.k.a. Torpedo, Fraser McConnell, Oliver Bennett, Kevin Eriksson in row 2, and bringing up row 3, Robin Larson.
Okay,
wow.
Well, I just don't know what... do you know what Travis said to the guys the other day? He goes, look, you know, if you want to talk stuff to each other, talk stuff to each other. I would say we just had some stuff talked. So Scott and Kevin, it was 1-1. Yeah, Kevin made an interesting point. He said Scott was excluded, I wasn't. But the post-race penalty makes no difference, and Scott's back on row 1 here. So here we go again. Scott Speed versus Fraser McConnell on row 2. Bennett's on the inside. He'll get a great start with the engine in that Mini, but I reckon Kevin Eriksson's going to be keen to be as close as he can to Scott. Remember, the low line we know is quickest at the minute, so are we going to see all 5 drivers peel off to the left-hand side? Ready to race, lights on. Speed versus McConnell on the run to turn 1, but watch for Eriksson from row 2. Great start, Scott Speed on the inside line, moves across, trying to put Fraser McConnell out wide. Kevin Eriksson, heading towards the back of Scott Speed. Fraser McConnell slots in, contact between Bennett in the background. Larson's gone out around the outside. Bennett's got a half spin, he's on the tyre wall. Speed leads from Fraser McConnell. Kevin Eriksson trying to get there.
Kevin Eriksson, his sights are set on Scott Speed, and here we go for that lower tabletop line they said was faster. I have to believe that the officials are going to change up the line, but look at that, flying high and really airing out one of the monster vehicles.
Larson round the outside.
Whoa!
2 wheels. He jumped so long, Jared. It was a proper air traffic control job again. Larson took that jump line where these guys were squabbling. He's made up time. He's inside Kevin Eriksson here. Gonna make a jump
look at
pass.
Larson.
Oh, wow. Almost tagged Fraser McConnell. Kevin Eriksson up the inside, contact between them.
We are seeing an absolute tussle. This is what we love to see. Remember, the top 2 move on to the finals. Only this isn't the finals just yet. Scott Speed up front, Fraser McConnell in second. A lot of accolades in his corner. Now, Kevin Eriksson, he is fighting for it. But look, you can see he's battered and bruised. Let's continue on with this. Oliver Bennett, not part of the equation. He did take that Joker line. But Larson, he is fighting for it.
Dude, Larson never looked at the inside line on Kevin. Kevin's gone wide, so Kevin's gone for the long line. I can only think he's going to go Joker because we know the gap jump isn't quicker. So now Larson is up in the P3s. That jump was so long on the tabletop and then so long on the step-up. Larson is in full send mode. This is what he's known for.
All right, there is Eriksson as he takes that Yokohama tires. Joker lap goes under the bridge where he drew some blood, and now popping out underneath Let's see where he lands. Again, Scott Speed way out front. Fraser McConnell there sitting in second. He's got all of Jamaica cheering him on. Ericsson, again, he's got the X next to his name. He took the Joker.
Yeah, I was trying to see how far back Kevin Ericsson was. It's a fair old gap at the minute. If it's about 5 seconds, he's out of reach. Larson there missed a gear in the hairpin. 6.1, so he's got some work to do to get on the back. And the problem is really, it's not about getting on the back of Larson, it's about getting on the back of McConnell. McConnell's closed the gap down to speed, 2 tenths tighter than it was.
You know, Larson is really chomping at the bit. Like you said, just get those top 2 spots. Speed, he's got the clean air. He's feeling confident. He just saw his teammate Travis Pastrana take that line, and that is the faster line as it stands. Scott Speed really whipping around, keeping it tight in that first turn.
Larson coming in backwards in the background there. Scott Speed's all tidy and clinical.
No style points here, bro.
Oh, dude, he needs a full cent medal, doesn't he? You know, that was absolutely lit. Look at them over the center jump, too. He is on full push mode here. Jared, they're going to have to split strategies. You see McConnell almost up on 2 wheels digging in. 3 drivers, only 2 laps left. Someone's going to miss out in terms of an opportunity on the Joker. It's tight.
And this is very reminiscent of what we just saw finish out with Travis Pastrana in that first heat. And we saw 1, 2, and 3. None of them have taken their Joker out. And just as I say that, Ericsson does. Absolutely casing that thing. So
Ericsson's got a problem.
McConnell.
See him stop at the bottom of the jump.
Yeah. I think that, oh man, so look at this. Scott Speed doesn't even need to make contact with him in order to torpedo him. It looks like Ericsson absolutely torpedoed himself.
The race here is between McConnell and Larson. Look at it. There's 7 tenths in between them. Is one of them going to go Joker and one of them not? Yes, round the outside. Larson's gone Joker this time. So Larson's gone Joker. He's going to have to bang in a couple of mega laps now. Try and get Fraser McConnell. Fraser McConnell will know. The spotter will be on. They'll say, Larson's gone. You've got to push big time.
Larson goes for the jump.
Oh, no way. Why's he done that?
Changing things up. Larson absolutely airing that thing out.
That's a disaster. He's left himself no option. That was absolutely the wrong thing to do. Larson should have joked then. He's got no option. That's a mistake.
You know who's stoked on that? And that's McConnell. Fraser McConnell, Fraz is absolutely stoked. But look, he's gaining some ground. Where did all this speed come from Larson?
That's the point. So he's got more speed than McConnell. If he'd gone Joker, he could have closed him down. Now he sat himself back in the traffic. The gap jump was not the way to go. So I don't know if Larson got the call and then decided different. Kevin with a problem front right. Okay, there we go. Front, we've got a fender up, and it's one of the headlights actually on the front of McConnell. Speed's broken away from these guys now, and they're all going to go Joker on the final lap, Jared. So that's another example of the spotters needing to wake up a bit to the tactics here. That's a missed opportunity for Larson.
All right, Scott Speed going in. He should be hitting the Joker lap. 1, 2, and 3. All of them jumping in here. And like you said, Larson taking a less than ideal strategy. Let's see how they come out under the bridge. Nice, well done by both McConnell and obviously Scott Speed out front. He started out front, top 2 advance to the finals, top 2 advance. You're gutted.
Do you know what I was thinking? Robin messaged me this morning because he was like, dude, basically he said yesterday was a bit of an embarrassment. If you remember, he span up the banking. Yeah. I was like, are you enjoying it? He said, I'm having the time of my life. He said, the track's like it was yesterday morning. It's the best track I've ever driven on. He's got the pace here, and that's a mistake. And he's going to be kicking himself because, Jared, you said about the train and how many stops were left. There's 1 station left. He's fallen asleep on the train, and he's going to be coming to LCQ Town.
And Scott Speed, you know what? The best revenge is getting the win. Scott Speed gets the win. He's going to be joining Travis Pastrana, his other Subaru teammate. Now, only if Andreas Backrud can join them. But you know what? Jamaica's stoked right now. Jamaica me crazy. Mr. McConnell gets that number 2 spot. He's in the final as well. Well done by Scott Speed. Again, a proud dad of Travis. Now, Scott Speed delivers himself. Andrew, what is going through your head? What do you think as we take a look at the grid?
You know what, I'm wondering what's going through the heads of the drivers. Travis Pastrana is on pole in his own event. He's only ever had 1 major rallycross victory back in the days of Global Rallycross. This would be the biggest victory of his career against one of the greatest rallycross fields ever assembled. He's up against the 2018 champion on the front row, Jared. This is going to be epic.
Absolutely insane. They are suited, booted, and ready to send it! Here we are, Nitro RallyCross Supercars. Coley, if you will, the festivities. They are gridded, they are pitted, and they are ready to shred. Again, Pastrana, Hansen, Arpin, Ericsson, Speed, Backrud, McConnell, and Faust.
Here we go then, final time. You can hear the clunk of the sequential gearboxes. Drivers going through their final prep now. Be revs up, get that anti-lag set, get yourself on the RPM. Good for the start. Here we go. Ready to race, light goes out, look for the green. Pastrana versus Hansen on the left, the turn 1, to the exit, gets a great dot. Pastrana moves across, going to try and squeeze him out wide. Pastrana's got the inside line. Hansen goes in with him. We've got 6 cars, 5 cars gone round the outside line. there. Second of the Subarus. Oh, Pastrana runs wide. Was there contact? Timmy Hansen is into P1 now on the standard lap. In behind him, it's one of the Subarus. I think it's Scott Speed. It's Scott Speed into P2 to the white markers on the far. Fraser McConnell up in third.
Wow, exciting turn of events there. Turn of events and a turn of a Pastrana. Look at this. Here we go. Oh, going around the outside. Wow, look at that McConnell. He is chasing down. Who is that? Another hit.
Ollie Eriksson. It's Ollie Eriksson's come over. So I think Eriksson's gone big gap. Watch for Arpin on the inside line. Going to make a jump pass on Fraser McConnell. McConnell runs deep. Eriksson from the Hansen too.
Spinning and spinning on the tires. You need to get that traction off of that step up. 6th lap. We are only halfway through our first lap. So exciting turn of events there. Again, Hansen, Eriksson, then Arpin. You got 1, 2, 3. And look at McConnell. He's hanging out there. He's hanging out in the dust.
Backwards gone Joker. We couldn't see who'd gone Joker in the dust. We were focusing on that front battle. And Faust gone with him. He's 7.4 back. You can see them in the background coming up to the start finish straight now. Bit of damage on the front of McConnell's car. Timmy Hansen goes inside again. So Hansen's going in for the tabletop. A few cars have gone round to the right. They're trying to find some space, Jared. See if they can get those passes done. Find some gaps on track for the Joker.
You got to think about Pastrana. He's looking for people to make mistakes now. Kevin Hansen, he's looking for mistakes. Remember, he found himself in the LCQ. He advances on. Going for the jumps. Not everybody's going for the tabletop, so changing up. And that is why we have these 9 cars. It changes things up. Which path are you going to go?
Exactly. It's too busy now. You can't guarantee that the low line's going to be quick. Timmy Hansen needs to get on the brakes here early, get into the apex. Ollie Eriksson is there looking for what would be the biggest win of his career, and he nearly out-tractions Timmy again. Eriksson is all over the back of Timmy Hansen. This is a brand new build on SC Fiesta for him. It would be a huge win if he can take this.
Oh, look at that. I mean, so much dust. The dust is coming into play. Timmy Hansen, look at him pull away. When he came off that last jump, when he gets on tarmac, it looks like he's getting lots of traction and he's pulling away from Eriksson. Arpin, and look at McConnell. This is great.
Top 4 are there. It's 2.7 between them. Scott Speed 7.9 off the leader. He goes back now to 8.8. So 5 seconds up, put him about 3.3. He still wouldn't get on the podium. He might be up behind Arpin. So at the minute, Hansen, Eriksson, and Arpin are safe from Speed, who's the first driver who has jokered.
Yeah, okay, yeah, there we go. So Oliver Eriksson does hit that Yokohama Tires Joker lap as Timmy Hansen. You can see it now. Remember, just keep in mind, talking about Puncture City, we saw that from next car. What's going to unfold here as well as, again, higher horsepower. Eriksson takes the lead.
That's Hansen spun. So Hansen spun. Eriksson's gone Joker, remember. So Eriksson's gone Joker on the last one. Fraser McConnell's gone off to the inside line, so Fraser's been spun round. Our timing screen is showing Ollie in the lead, but he's not there. We know he's gone Joker. So Timmy Hansen leads from Arpin. McConnell's got... There's Eriksson.
There he is.
So Eriksson's Jokered. How far back is he? We need the timing screen to update. Faust has got a problem. One of the Subarus has pulled off. Backward it is. Backwards dropped down to P9. So backwards out.
Man, so Backarud and Faust, they are off the track, but Timmy Hansen does have the lead as far as the leaderboard. It is describing that, but I'll tell you what, I'm really impressed with Arpin hanging in there and really giving a fight here as he goes for the tabletop. And look at this, going for the jump out front.
That's what, yeah, I'm surprised at that, Jared. Hansen's gone jump there. I wonder if Eriksson went Joker to try to protect himself from Speed, but until the timing screen updates, we can't tell where he is. So just a tiny little issue there with the transponders. We need to keep an eye on Timmy Hansen and try and figure out what that gap is.
Timmy Hansen out front, and there you go. So it looks like 2 seconds. You got Arpin with 2 seconds behind, Kevin Hansen with 8 seconds behind. Arpin, and McConnell goes for the Yokohama Tires Joker lap now. We're seeing McConnell out there, so just throwing off the transponders, but Timmy Hansen still is out front.
Eriksson's 11 back. There's Faust. Front corner's gone same corner as his teammate Cabot Bigham, who didn't make it in here. We're coming up towards the final lap. We're on lap 5 or 6, sorry. Timmy Hansen has got 3.7 seconds. Kevin Hansen's up into the podium, but he's in danger of going backwards once he goes to the Joker.
And look at McConnell drop back way back. But look at this, 3.7 seconds. Hansen and Arpin. This should get interesting, but I mean, they're both going to have to hit the Joker laps on that final lap. How's it going to play out? Arpin needs to strike, or he needs Hansen to make a mistake.
I reckon Arpin's safe in the position he's in. It's Kevin Hansen who could lose out here to Scott Speed. Speed is within striking distance of Kevin Hansen. Timmy Hansen still leading from Arpin.
But Arpin has taken that Joker lap now. So Arpin, again, you're seeing Timmy Hansen, and the Hansen boys have not taken their Joker lap. Hansen does have the lead. Arpin does hit the Joker lap. This should get interesting on the final lap.
So Arpin had to alternate the strategy, Jared. How many times have we said this weekend? Ollie Eriksson crawling over the jump in front of us. He's had a problem. Timmy Hansen coming on to his final lap. White flag is out. Big push now. Arpin's gone Joker.
9 seconds.
Yeah, he's got enough.
That's a gap.
He's got enough. Kevin Hansen's got to Joker. He's up behind Arpin as they come past our commentary position. You're looking at Timmy Hansen, who will split right and go for the Joker lap now into the Yokohama Joker for the last time. Is it going to be enough for the win?
Timmy Hansen out front, and Arpin is bookended with his brother Kevin Hansen on the other side. Timmy Hansen looks like he is going to get the victory overall unless he makes a mistake. And you know what? Anything can happen, as we heard from him earlier. And look at Arpin hitting that tabletop jump. Looks like he's making his way, getting closer, but I just don't think there's enough racetrack left for Arpin to strike.
Looks like Kevin Hansen might have made it into P3. McConnell showing us up in P4. But I'll tell you what, we've got a hell of a story here. Timmy Hansen, last night that car was strapped to the front of a container and they were pulling it straight using a forklift truck. Subaru were involved in the repairs, getting the oil cooler back into one piece. But it is the 2018 Nitro RallyCross winner who's going to make it 2 out of 3. And the Hansens are unbeaten in Nitro RallyCross so far. Timmy Hansen takes the win here in Utah.
Timmy Hansen gets the win, and guess what? Arpin gets 2, the 00 in second place, and coming in third, the other Hansen boy. That is that one Hansen. Kevin Hansen comes in third. Congratulations. Look at that. Timmy Hansen, they're proven, man. They know how to do it.
They've been on the podium together so many times this year, but Kevin was on the back of the grid. That's a great performance by him to get up to where he was. There was a fair bit of carnage in there, Jared, you know, I'm sure. I definitely missed a couple of things that would go, yeah,
Let's back it up.
Rewind.